So I watched 13 Ghosts for the first time. It is a remake of the 1960 movie, I believe exactly 40 years later. By the time it was being developed anyway, since this came out in 2001. Um, it stars a family and Matthew Lillard who are in a house that has 12 ghosts trapped in the basement. Not 13, because the 13th one is one of the family. Honestly, I feel like it tried a little bit too hard to be scary. The plot was fine. The characters disappear a little bit too much, a lot like the 2013 Purge. Even though I really enjoy that movie, I feel like the characters are always getting split up in that one. Um, it's just it's something, you know. I did enjoy a lot of the kills. The plot wasn't as confusing as a lot of people think it is, at least to me, but it was a bit weird. You know, this guy just wanted to collect ghosts to become super powerful or some bullshit. And he was willing to hurt his own family members to do it. And, he has the balls in his computer when he's supposedly, giving them the house to act like he's sad that he'll never get to meet them because he's dead when he's not really dead. The opening scene, Cyrus is the character's name. He supposedly dies, and I thought it was very odd, like it looked like he was playing up to be a big villain that's going to die later in the movie, that you're going to be happy when he dies. Um and then, he just kind of dies off screen with a little saw blade in his neck, and Matthew finds him. Matthew's character's name's Dennis in this movie. And then, he said, well, if, he made this video recording on his computer. If you're watching this, I'm dead. I'm sad I didn't get to know you guys, and blah, blah, blah. And then, you find out that he's actually still alive and willing to hurt every single one of those family members. Matthew's character is a lot of fun. There honestly isn't that much of a plot to talk about, like I said. It's a family that is dealing with a tragedy. Their mother died in a fire. We don't even really get to see that. It's kind of filmed weird. Um, like they show the two kids playing outside, and then they pan to the mom and the dad talking in the kitchen, and they keep panning over and over and over until they're like at a wall or something of photographs, and then you start hear people talking about, oh, there's a fire, we got to get out of the house. And apparently she didn't make it out, and she died from her injuries in the hospital. The dad did try to go back in, but he didn't make it in time. Um, then, we go to present day, and it's the dad, the two kids, and a babysitter. And, they get the house from the uncle, and they decide to go there. And, he doesn't really want to take it because of taxes and shit. He doesn't think he'll be able to pay for it, but the lawyer convinces him he can. Matthew Lillard finds out about the ghost in the basement, and he tries to warn him. And then, the movie starts, basically. It's just them in the basement for the rest of the movie. So, really, all there is to it is, the cool makeup for the ghost. But there isn't that much to the actual movie. So, Matthew Lillard's character ends up, being a sacrifice and dies because it turns out one of the ghosts that has been captured was the wife. And he feels bad now that, he's kind of connected to one of the victims. And he's like, well, I didn't know it was your wife at the time. And, he ends up dying. And then the dad ends up, trying to save the kids. It's a very generic movie. Like, not the premise itself, but the way a horror movie is, I did enjoy it. I thought Matthew Lillard did really good. But the other characters, I don't feel like they really did that much. Kathy herself, she has a scene where she gets attacked by the ghost and feels a bit odd because she's the kid. We never find out what her age is, but her shirt gets ripped and they kind of show her bra. And then, she gives her glasses to her dad to show him the ghost. And then she's just gone. I guess she got taken by somebody. They don't show what happens. And the son disappears too at some point. It was a fine movie.